gegeben, passt es mir doch gar nicht an. Schöne alte Lieder weiß ich in der Kälte ohne Schuh.
Dear Diary, I have just had the most sinister of experiences, the most twisted of encounters. Do not be impatient, my darling diary. I will tell you everything. Let me start from the beginning. Rarely do I leave the house, but on the few instances that I did, it really was out of necessity. I had eaten all the cheese from several mouse traps. You see, the superintendent of the apartment building set dangerous mouse traps, hoping to kill this army of mice that live in the boiler room. What the superintendent did not know was that every night I would eat the cheese from the mouse traps. As a result, there would be no mice murdered. Aren't I, Anastasia, nice? Nevertheless, I was very hungry and all out of cheese. So a trip to the supermarket was necessary. As I stood in front of the automatic sliding doors, strangely in front of me, there was a mirror. What idiot puts a mirror in front of the door? Oh dear darling diary, was I in for a shock, for this mirror started to walk. This was no mirror. This was my double right in front of me. Black hair, big eyes, that must be my twin. Despite the fact that I was directly in front of her, she walked right past me. Perhaps she thought I was a mirror too. Interesting. I must find out who this identical replica of me is. If she looks like me, then maybe she is like me. I can befriend her, and then finally I, Anastasia, can have a true dear friend. I followed her from a distance. Her long black hair swung as she walked. My hair swings that same way. My replica then stopped in front of a large gathering of humans. Now things will get exciting. My twin will bring destruction to this group of humans. I wonder what sort of tactics she has in mind. Perhaps I can even help her. Then, to my astonishment, the humans gathered around her and engaged in friendly chit-chat. I was stunned. How could that be? But yes, she was. The humans were interacting with her in the most welcoming manner. They felt safe and comfortable in her presence. What could she be possibly saying to them? If these humans were to be so warm to my double, then surely they will greet me in a similar fashion. Perhaps these humans were different too. They must be free-thinking, intelligent individuals. Finally, there exists a good specimen of humans, and I thought there was no hope. I eagerly ran up to befriend these humans. Hello, humans. How are all of you doing today? I am Anastasia. I greeted them. The humans stared at me, but this was not the warm stare I expected. This was an icy cold, angry glare. Then they started to roll their eyes at me. up and down and all around. How did they manage to do that so easily? I will never know. A glob of spit landed on my face. The humans were gearing themselves in attack mode and were spitting on me. How could they be so disgusted at me, but yet embrace my exact replica with such a warm welcome? I was in no mood to ponder the logic of these humans. I used my pocket grenade to get rid of them. Oh, darling diary, I know what you are thinking. What on earth is a pocket grenade? Well, it's a small explosive that can blow up about 12 people, and it's tiny enough to fit into my pocket. Sort of like a pocket calculator, but much more efficient. After all, a pocket grenade is very handy in getting rid of slimy, eyeball-rolling humans. I continued on my trip, leaving behind a scene of carnage. Fresh human meat never smelled so good. My replica was still ahead. As I watched her, I felt a powerful rage come over me. How dare does a duplicate of me conform to these ugly humans? Betrayal! 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 I must get rid of my twin. It's an embarrassment to have a twin that mingles with the enemy. I pulled my hunting knife out and pounced on her. Now we were face to face. Just as I was ready to cut her heart out, I noticed something very different in her face. She had no expression. In fact, whatever expression she could have was very restrained and controlled. Then she started to speak. Her voice was similar to mine, but not quite. Her words were pathetic, useless words. Insignificant words never really ever have any true meaning. I felt pity for her. Why? The only reason that these humans liked her was because she was a slave just like them. She abided by their rules. Even her eyes can be wild like mine, but she had chosen to constrain herself and be an obedient member of society. It was her choice to be a slave. What a bad choice to make in life. I wonder how she will react to me. Could she be as disgusted towards me as I am of her? To my amusement, she was 10 times as disgusted and flabbergasted by my presence. She stared at me in disbelief, probably shocked that an identical version of her can be so strange, so unusual, and so bizarre. And most of all, I was no one's slave. In fact, the crucial difference between her and me was that she was born to follow, and I was not. Her disgust at me made me laugh. I laugh like a jackal. miserable live? She can live the rest of her life in uncomfortable pain, knowing that an exact replica of her exists. An exact replica that will never give in to the restrictions and constraints of human prison society. And that exact replica is I, Anastasia. Anastasia. P.S. So you see, my darling beloved diary, it is you who is and will always be my only true friend.
Manche Schöne macht wohl Augen meine, ich gefiel ihr sehr, wenn ich nur was wollte taugen, so ein armer Lump nicht wär.